All right. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our first edition of Cybersecurity Mentoring Group for 2026. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome. The platform is where we share, we learn, and we connect with professionals. And we have done this since 2023. We had a fantastic 2025, and we don't want to drop the ball, and we want to continue that momentum. So welcome, and sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride with us today. Let me do some preambles before we go on. Again, Happy New Year to everyone. And I'm hoping that this year it's better than 2025, and you build on whatever momentum you have achieved in 2025. What did we do in 2025? On this platform, we invited and interacted with 26 professionals. Professionals who have been there, who have done that, who have seen it, what I'll say, who have seen it all in cybersecurity. And we invite them over, as we have done today, to share with us their experience and their journey in cybersecurity. Sometimes it's helpful when you hear from people like you who are either who have gone through that journey and they are sharing with you how they navigated that journey. Cybersecurity is a very dynamic field, and hearing from people who have the same background as you, maybe not technical, and they're able to move into cybersecurity, I think those stories help you to build up your confidence. And if you miss any of the sessions in the past, I encourage you to go to our YouTube page and catch up on those recordings. And trust me, you will find a lot of those topics interesting. People sharing their journey on how they discover that cybersecurity is something for them to follow. And the other thing we also did on the right-hand side is that we, apart from inviting experienced professionals to come share with us, we also have master classes. We have courses, and we pick a specific topic in cybersecurity, especially the topics that we have seen through our research of jobs, and ask people to apply, and also invite an experienced professionals to come take us through. So in 2025, we had security operation analyst. That was 18 classes and run for 2 months. We had beginner cybersecurity masterclass, which is to help people get started on that journey. And then we had identity and access management. This year, we would also be continuing, and I think this year is going to be a lot of more of these programs, because as we speak to professionals, we also want to equip people with enough skills and relevant skills, if I may say. And so this year we are kicking off. In fact, we are starting by next week, Thursday. We're kicking off on beginner cybersecurity masterclass. And the reason for kicking off with cybersecurity masterclass, which is a beginner course, is to help people get the basic experience they need to be able to qualify for our subsequent programs. Also, this program is more like the starter, the entry, the base requirements that you are expected to know when you are thinking of cybersecurity. And what we did is to look at all of the frameworks that are out there for entry level, or all of the programs that are out there, and we think that CC, that is ISC2 CC program, beginners course, is a good place to start. And so we did this last year. We had over 70 people who attended, and this year also we've had we've communicated to about over 90 people who registered and have been selected for this program. So by Thursday, we'll be kicking off the Beginner Cybersecurity Masterclass course 2.0. And we're looking basically on, so the CC domain is 5 for the beginner, for the certificated cybersecurity or cybersecurity entry level course is 5. But from our experience we had taking the last beginners class, we decided to introduce the IT fundamentals. And the IT fundamental is just to lay some basic foundation on those that are probably experiencing IT for the first time. And so we would kick off with IT foundation fundamentals, and then we go on with the remaining five program according to CC. And again, we have communicated. It's a 1-month program. We've communicated to all of the people that were selected, and the facilitator are in nice spirits and are ready for the class. So so if I will encourage you to stay close to our group. We have a LinkedIn page where we share a lot of the programs that we will be having in the course of the year. And indeed, we already have a program for February. And what I basically do is to look for the courses that are sought after based on our research on job adverts out there. Look at professionals that is willing to spend some time to contribute to the community, and then ask people to apply for this program. Again, we are doing this free at no cost to the people that are attending, but it comes at a cost to the people that are facilitating, because they have to spend their time to prepare for the class and also to ensure that they deliver the course. So it's thanks to all of our facilitators, as you can see on the screen on the right-hand side. It's thanks to them, because without them, we would have good thoughts and good intentions, but we're unable to carry it out. I can only take maybe a handful, because it can be a lot of work to prepare notes and then to come deliver the classes. So thanks to our facilitator who volunteered their time and also their knowledge to share with us on those specific topics. And the same way, we're also thanking our guests for tonight. And I think I should go straight ahead and speak about Krishna. So I belong to the Asaka community, and so I attended Asaka program in one of our chapters meeting, and that was where I met Krishna, and we struck it off immediately and started talking about cybersecurity and our different community. And it was there I discovered that also Krishna is involved heavily in mentoring and providing clarity to people who are in cyber or are trying to join cyber. And I said, would you like to be my guest? And it was gracious to honor us with this, to be our first guest. And I told him, I said, we want to charge up our people to get them started on a very bright and confident note in 2026. And so thank you, Krishna, for joining us this evening. And how are you doing?
You're doing great, and then thank you, Vole, Anu, for the great introduction. And since 2023, you've been doing a great job. I'm actually following your videos. I've taken a few examples from the videos as well, how to present for the audience. So yeah, thank you for doing this, and thank you for all for joining the session. And Happy New Year again. Yes, looking at the past and future, yeah, I'm ready for that. And yeah, good luck for everyone for this year and coming years, specifically who are starting their journey in cybersecurity. So yeah, you know how it'll be for next years, how evolving when we talk about the 10 years. 2015, yes, now the cybersecurity has been talked a lot. It's been the main focus. And then, yes, people like Wole are doing the great job, helping the mentees and cross sharing all the different domain, not specifically about the IT. I would say all domains across cybersecurity. So thank you for that. I'm really excited. I'm also definitely nervous. Yeah.
just talk to us like you're talking to your colleagues. So I've given you the co-hosting, right? So you can
Yeah.
just go ahead and share your screen while I stay on the background.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Let
I'll
me
come back.
try
I'll
to.
come back. Yeah, once you are done, I'll come back. Then we'll have a wrap-up chat.
Yeah, okay. Let me quickly check if I've got the option to share. Yeah, okay. Are you able to see my screen?
I think I can go off. Let me stop sharing so that you can. Let me see. Stop sharing. I should be able to see your screen. Yes, I can see your screen.
Perfect. I'm just sharing the presentation. I'm not sharing my personal data, right?
No, you're not sharing your personal data. All
Yeah,
right, go
because
ahead.
I've got three different screens and I'm working
Oh,
on
okay.
one thing. Yeah, I'm
No, yeah.
learning.
So the screen I have now is session 01 cybersecurity strategy. Is that what you want to share?
That is right. That is right.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right, go ahead.
So this is how it works, people. Again, thank you for joining, everyone. So we need to first validate before we trust anything, be it the Wale or anyone from you. Let's start working on a zero trust model. If I have to confront myself, I also work a zero trust on a zero trust model with my family as well. So if I have to share one example, yeah, I'm from India, right? I'm living in UK right now. So whenever my mom calls, or even if I call my mother, she always asks one question. Guess what it is? If I'm just calling a normal voice call, she always asks one question. I think, right? Why you did not turn on the video? Is that really you? So that's how I always work in my current uh, personal and professional life as well. Because yeah, the cybersecurity has been evolved into my blood and brain, wherein yeah, I cannot trust any link. I cannot trust any message, text message, or a WhatsApp message. I'll definitely double check, and that's how we'll have to work going further. And definitely, Wale will have to follow Wale and the rest of the mentors who are helping us to start the journey into cybersecurity. Now, if I have to say, yeah, I'm here to help you understand one of the major topic which has been highlighting, probably the identity and access management. So one of the domains been which is creating a high impact and high growth within this cybersecurity. So that's I'm here to help you understand how it works. And yeah, if I have to say, starting again, welcome everyone to architecting your 2026 cybersecurity journey. And we will be focusing specifically on IAM, the identity and access management, which will be called as digital identity going further. I would definitely say, because yeah, we are focusing on the AI world, right? So going further, it's the digital identity, and as everyone says, identity is the new security perimeter. So the frontline defense first into the cybersecurity is identity. So without any identity, let's say, yeah, you've got your you're planning for a journey, right? You'll have to get a visa. You'll have to have the passport, a valid credentials to cross a border. So that's how we'll need to understand how with the real world scenarios and the identity. Yes, if you don't have a right identity, you cannot go with the right way in the right path. And yeah, it plays a crucial role in cybersecurity. And this session is designed to be practical and mentee friendly. So whether you are just starting out or looking to deepen your IAM knowledge, yeah, you're in the right place. And I'll be taking pause for every two slides. And if you have any questions, yeah, let's discuss post session. But if you have any questions, please raise your hand. Yeah, I can probably Wale can help us with that. But yeah, let's encourage the Q&A session at the end of our session, which will be momentum for us. Okay, which will continue the momentum. Right. Now, I would like to give a disclaimer quickly about this session. Yeah. So I'm sharing only my personal transformation journey. We'll be discussing the evolution from handling constant password resets. So I'm coming from a service desk background where I was handling the password resets as a channel for every application, even for the Windows credential when the SSO was not available. and implementing them. Now I'm working on implementing modern solutions like passwordless authentication, and yeah, this is only from coming from personal experiences, and the content is all based on my personal learnings and the challenges and the professional growths in the IAM space. And yeah, there are I cannot share any confidential details, I'm sorry. As I said, yes, I've also got my personal stuff which I have to monitor, so I'll be focusing only on the I mean, not revealing the specific organization details, but the internal configuration or property data. But yes, I'll be sharing all the information which I have learned as part of my experience. And also, this is not a sales pitch. I'm not promoting here on any specific vendor or product or a tool. But yes, this is specifically for education context only. And yeah, as I said, this is purely to share the knowledge, and for all the aspiring professional, and also for the experts who really wanted to get into cybersecurity or specifically the IAM domain. I'll take a pause there. Any questions? If also please share your feedback if I'm going really speed, because I am sometimes I speak little speed when I'm in a sessions like this, bit of nervous and all. So yeah, this is, as I said, this is specifically from one practitioner to another. So please consider that. Right. Right. Let's move on to another session. Yeah. Introducing myself again. My name is Krishna Koundinya. I am from India, but yeah, I'm actually working in United Kingdom. I'm based out in Swindon, place called Swindon, and I've got 15 years of IT experience, the incident management, service desk, and been into part of all financial services organization, banks from India, and I'm working in a financial organization in UK as well. So I've got a key roles or expertise in identity and access management. I've done the admin part, I've done the governance, I've done the audit readiness. I've also been a tech business consultant. I was an infosec analyst. So I've covered everything as part of my 15 plus years of journey. And specifically, I've got 10 years into IAM. So as I said, I did work on specific challenges from password resets now to passwordless solutions as well. Okay, any questions? Okay, perfect. Let me see. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'll keep track on the chat. If I see any question, I will let you know.
Perfect. Thank you for that, Ole. Right. And moving on to question to you all. Not looking at the screen. Yeah, I've revealed a few things, but yeah, if let me go back. Anyone, yeah, who can help me understand between the cybersecurity versus information security? Just a normal live introduction, I would say. You can just give me real-time examples as I've shared a video call zero trust model with my mother. So that's how I work. But yeah, let's continue. Okay. Right. So cybersecurity and information security, or cybersecurity versus information security. I've created an icebreaker question for you guys to help you understand the difference between the cybersecurity and information security. So cybersecurity, it's specifically for defending digital assets, and information security is protecting your information integrity. Uh, if you're able to read the work scenario, I'm okay with that. But yeah, let's understand the personal life or the everyday life. So when you lost your phone, the focus, what is your focus, right? So specifically, you're relying on your biometric lock, right? The Face ID. I've got my iPhone, which is actually, I have to unlock my phone with my biometric look, Face ID, and yeah, which will help me also maintain my data, and which will help to wipe the capability to prevent the access. So that's the cybersecurity. So when it is connected to the internet, yeah, that'll help me to protect my data. But when we talk about information security, ensuring, yeah, let's say you're accessing your Google Photos, right? It it's the cloud environment. They are all saved on a cloud environment, right? But the photos which are available on your phone, yeah, they can be accessed without the internet, right? So we'll have to make sure all the data has been managed by cloud, so that even if you lose your phone, the data is available. I'm using the photos as an example, but the data is available on the cloud, and you are not in a bad mood that, oh, I lost all my photos, right? So whatever connected to the internet or this digitally connected devices, yeah, that's cyber security. The information which is available within the data, which is connected to the cloud, or not connected to cloud, that's called information security. Okay, the photos which are available within your device, even though they are not connected or uploaded to cloud, yeah, you can just still view them, right? So ensuring you're backed up your phone, the availability, and minimizing the sensitive data stored on your device. So that's the difference. So understand the cybersecurity and connect it to your real time or the everyday life. So one example, as I said, the photos which are available connected to the cloud or the internet access, or the local or the photos which are actually saved on your device. So also the example with the call with my mother, who's actually is she's in India. So whenever I talk, I make sure I turn on my video. If not, she always asks the question. Even if she calls me on an audio call, I always ask her question, why are you not turning on your video? Because yeah, in our current digital world, and also considering the AI, yeah, everyone can make calls. I mean, focusing on, they can use the AI voice, AI videos as well, using the deep fakes and making the scam calls and all. To avoid that, yeah, we make sure that yes, we are following few authentications as well, and credibility and confidentiality as well. Okay, right. Any questions again? Okay, right. Now that we understood the broad context, let me share what you learned today. Right. Okay. So you've been following all the previous sessions with Wole, right? And I think one some of you are new uh, here, but yeah, this is a mentee-friendly pace which I'm focusing on. So from what I am and to how do I build it? Simple step, clear definitions, and no jargons with explanation. But yeah, this is a high level presentation, but also using simple terms with a practical approach, I would say. And yeah, by the end of this session, you will be able to explain IAM roles to a non-technical stakeholders, identify quick wins for your environments, and know your next learnings as well. Okay, so let's start. I mean, yeah, I'm not focusing on all these models because I'm just giving you real-time scenarios. I within IAM, and as I said, I'll be able to help you understand what IAM clearly is and what are your next steps. Okay, so yeah, let's start with basics. Why does IAM matters in the first place? A simple view. Okay, you just need to ensure that the right identity or the right user, I would say, or right client or the customer gets the right access to the right resource at the right time. Okay, so that's how the IAM works. That's how the business works. That's how the cybersecurity works within IAM as well. Okay, so connect the dots between the identity, connect your access or your, I mean, how do you access your phone? How do you access your social media. How do you access your work laptops? Just connect everything. So when you access your social media like Instagram or LinkedIn, you use your personal details, and but you if you forget your passwords, you will get the OTPs or the multi-factor authentication is in place, right? And consider the work laptop. You cannot access the work laptop with your personal email, right? So you can only access it with your official email. So with the right identity gets the right access to the right resource. Try to access your laptop with the personal email, it will not allow you. That's, I mean, because you're not accessing with the right information, with the right identity, and yeah, with the right time as well. It's not the right time to access your uh, device uh, with the personal detail. I'm sorry, one moment. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, and when you're connecting to everyday scenarios, when a new employee starts, instead of waiting days of uh, IT. So I'll give you an example. Okay, 12 years ago, when I joined a firm or financial firm, I had to wait for like 2 weeks to get my all access setup done, even the laptop setup done. Okay, I had to wait for 2 to 3 days to get my own device, the laptop itself. It was not given to me because it was not ready yet. But now, considering the fact, yeah, the day one you'll get all the access, not just the device, or as part of your role based role or the department, you'll get all the access. Okay. And when the employee leaves, yes, the access will be removed on the dot or whenever, I mean, the automation is in place. And yeah, the risky sign-ins, login from new country, that's been identified. IAM challenges you for extra proof, MFA, or blocks the attempt. And passwordless, no more sticky notes. Yes, I did use sticky notes and Excels and also Words to save my passwords. But now that's the phase has been gone. It's been eliminated, I would say. And if you're still using sticky notes, that's not the right practice anymore. So yeah, it's the face IDs, as you know, the biometrics and the security keys for privilege access and FIDOs. It's more of the password less technology which the industries are evolving instead of complex passwords and just in time access. When we had a privilege access request, okay, we used to struggle to give them the, I mean, let's say a developer is requesting for local admin to install an X software to perform his day-to-day routine. But yeah, we're always skeptical, right? When we give a local admin rights to a developer, it's a challenge to the business because they can install any malware software which is not authorized. And yes, that can create an issue, network outage, and probably a system outage or the server outage as well, and which will impact the business. So to avoid that, we have just-in-time admin access. It's just a few hours, few minutes. Yes, the access will be granted and also removed automatically. And app to app, the web app needs to save files. It uses managed identity, not hard-coded password in the source code. And yeah, why it's critical now? Why it's critical? Yes, it stops account takeovers. Most breaches starts with stolen credentials, as you know, right? And if I have to take an example, the Paris Museum event. I don't want to take a name because, as I said, yeah, cannot. But yeah, we can use that as an example. Their monitoring, I mean, the security monitoring password was their museum's name. So how bad it was. Everyone was assuming that it's a heist, but it's not a heist. It's a cyber attack, which helped them to easy, easily get into the museum and yeah, um, steal the $1 million, million euros of treasure which they've been stored in the museum. So yeah, and limits blue radius least privilege ensures that if one account is hacked, the attacker can't touch everything, right? So when you create a perimeter or a radius, it will definitely ensure one account. I mean, it is just one account, not the other accounts as well, right? And proven compliance. It proves exactly who accessed what they've accessed, and while we are going for an audit, yes, it always proves that. I don't know. I'm sorry about the repeats, but yeah, I'm just looking at the presentation now that they have got few repeats. Sorry about that. But yeah, where you'll see it, you've got cloud products like Entra ID, Okta, AWS IAM, CyberArk, SailPoint. So these products tools have been using us to help in line with all the day-to-day activities like join and move levers and all the risky sign-ins, passwordless authentication, and just in time for privilege access and app-to-app file segregation as well. Okay, so as I said, these are not a promotional, but you will understand it's not the product based; it's the IM foundation which you need to have. Okay, I'll take a pause and any questions before we talk about why 2026 is different when compared to the 10 or 12 years of IM journey. Right, great. I'll continue. Not looking at the. I'm sorry. I have a habit of pausing for every two slides because to continue the momentum, and yeah, Wale is tracking the chat, so I'll try to not pause it and focusing on the 60 minutes of session. And yeah, when we talk about the 2026, why it is different, it is just not another year. There's specific shifts happening that makes IAM knowledge more valuable, and specifically within cybersecurity umbrella. So as I said, yeah, identity first, security is becoming the default operation model. It's a front line of defense, and we're seeing AI co-pilots helping both defenders and attackers. So there's been a debate. So it's is AI taking over our jobs? It's not, I would say, because AI, it's always the AI versus AI. So we need to be there. If it is cybersecurity or governance or risks, it's always the people which we need to manage these AIs, right? So it's the people we have to put the inputs for the AI to protect the AI again. So yeah, as I said, we are seeing AI co-pilots helping both defenders and the attackers to the adding to the context. And what's really important for your careers is employers are shifting towards portfolio proof and impact over long certification lists. Yes. Let me show you exactly how IAM works in practice with some real scenarios we discuss. All right. Okay. So now the automation, we've talked about automation, right? So this slide talks about the real world headaches, I would say. Yeah, I've highlighted this because yeah, I have evolved from where I've been a new starter from as a new employee, where I had to wait for 2 weeks, probably maybe for more than a month to get all my access as part of my role, which is not a good practice these days, right? So when a new employee starts, a manual ticket will be created, and you'll have to wait for day access. But now the automated provisioning, it's been there, right? The HR system feeds IAM, part of compliance checks. It will, I mean, the attribute rule based access control, attribute based access control is in place. So it will create your AD account or the email account and Slack, and it will create all the birthright access on day one for you. And when the employee leaves, yeah, ex- except for the privilege access, everything will be removed. So the employee leaves, there was always a risk where the account remains, and also the user logs are, I mean, we can still see the user logs for a legacy systems. So it's still a challenge for these days, because we are not able to evolve the traditional versus modern technology. So, but now the life cycle management has been changed. Once the HR termination triggers, consider that as a kill switch. Access been removed everywhere in minutes, and session been killed. Yes, that's the evolve. That's the transition which we are currently working on. And suspicious login. So whenever we have a password which is being used by unknown device in a new country, yes, it was hard to find, but the conditional access is helping us. The policies detects the risk, and it'll block the access. Also triggers the alarms to segregated um, platforms. And enforcing the MFA challenge immediately. It always verify the and then trust. So you'll have to make sure you enter the right information with what you have. Like, yeah, when I talk about MFA, yeah, what you have is your device. So when you're trying to access your official device in another country, it will always throw you a conditional access, and it will uh, detect the device being accessed in a different country, and where we can block the access if it is not verified. Okay. And yeah, the contractor needs admin. It's been always a problem because we do not trust contractors. I'm being honest, because I was a contractor as well. uh, it's defined as permanent versus contractors, so we cannot give them the permanent access, but it's always the business action which we need. So we'll have to consider them, and also give them the dangerous or critical access to make sure they also continue their day-to-day routine. And yeah, now as we speak about just in time, we grant access for the right reason for only limited hours, and that also required justification and approvals, and it'll be auto removed, and that's been monitored as well. Even though they've got limited hour of access, it's been always monitored. So whenever they are trying to do some anomalies, yes, it's been blocked immediately. We know what they're doing, what they are trying to access, what they're trying to install. Okay. And the app connecting to DB, yes, that's been hard coded. So it's no longer the generic passwords like admin123. It has to be the critical workload identity. So user managed identity in the cloud platform handles authentication. So no secrets stored in a code. Uh, every code is being monitored these days. Right. And yeah, let me again talk about what actually 2026 trends matters here with an IM. Right. So spot identifying attacks. Yes. With my real time example, if I have to say, one of the contractors tried to install a malicious software where we were able to identify immediately within few seconds, and their account has been disabled, and the employee has been asked to leave, because yeah, you're not supposed to install any malicious softwares, right? Even though their intention was good, but yeah, you are not supposed to install any malicious softwares. That's why you need to always validate, check if you're allowed to or no. That's how we'll have to work. And zero trust works, and every business example we have to follow. Okay. Right. So yeah, and yeah, unphishable logins. Hackers can steal SMS codes. Yes, the new standard is using specific USB keys, biometrics, face IDs that verify websites in real before logging in. Right. So example, yeah, using Touch ID instead of typing a six-digit code. How many of you use the Touch ID for your bank apps? I'm not a guy to use that. I always use the codes. I don't use my facial recognition as well. I only use codes because I work on, as I said, yeah, I always on I work on a zero trust model for my professional and personal world as well. So I never enabled any touch ID or facial ID for my banking apps because I need to protect my money. And yeah, robot and app IDs, right, how the world is evolving. The bot counts and the app IDs have been stored, and we'll have to maintain these non-human identity. And the software talks to software more than the humans do. As we speak about, we must secure these credentials. And example, yeah, a payment app securely accessing a database, right? We'll have to make sure it's being accessed in a right way. And just-in-time access, as we always talk about, this is majorly for human and non-human identity as well. So whenever we are trying to implement a bot account or accessing a bot account, it has to be just-in-time and also monitored. And security rules as code instead of a PDF rule book or a Confluence page, we definitely have to write a security rule into software code itself so that they are enforced automatically. And I think we are all into customer login, CIM, right? Um, so whenever you're trying to access any social media banking apps, CIM is in place. So imagine once the customer information is breached, we cannot secure them, right? So that's more of workforce identity is okay, but customer identity is more, we'll have to protect them at any cost. Example, as I was talking about the banking apps, we'll have to protect our money, right? We cannot compromise on that. So this is the front door of million users, yes, and it balances easy to use with hard to hack to prevent fraud without annoying customers. Yeah, I don't want to get annoyed, but yeah, I'll have to use my protected authentication force for myself. All right. I'll take a pause again. Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm used to it. So, any questions? Okay. I mean, right. Okay.
I
So,
think
yep.
I have a question in the chat, so
Okay. Let me.
maybe I can read it out. So
Yes, please.
do you scan external mails that come into employee mailbox? Kind of a lot of questions in one. So maybe I would suggest that you continue with your presentation, then we can come to the questions
Okay.
when you are done.
Yep. That's a great idea. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Sorry, I'll have to sort my screen again. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I can still see your screen.
Perfect. Yeah. Right. So, your beginner blueprint. First year journey. Okay, how do you want to plan your journey within cybersecurity or IM? Okay, so you'll have to understand your cybersecurity. Yeah, the until now I've been talking about multiple things of IM, the frameworks, the authentication, authorization, just in time, role based access control, everything, right? But how do you want to plan your first year journey for expert or beginners or anyone who wants to understand how do I start IM is like, yeah, this will help you. Learn and explore. Q1, you'll have to first learn and explore, understand the cybersecurity basics or information security. So CI triad, right? Confidentiality, integrity, availability. You'll have to understand the CI triad and risk. I'm sorry about the repeated question. I definitely missed them. And risk and InfoSec versus cybersecurity. We've already discussed about that. And yeah, go for a free training. Start a fundamental course like SE 900 or SE 300. Not SE 300, but yes, SE 900, and the certified cybersecurity foundational course, which is being offered by IC Square. And go for YouTube channels. You've got multiple channels. I would suggest if you are exploring anything for Azure or Microsoft certification like SE 900, go for John Saville's YouTube channels. And also, yeah, one of our mentors have also created a great presentation within our channel. You can just follow that as well. I think we met in our ISACA chapter office meeting event, and yeah, we can focus on that as well. And yeah, create a free Azure labs. Also, AWS is offering the free lab setups, and explore more. Read about different domains, IAM, SOC, GRC, and this is for your Q1, so until March. And starting from April, get some hands-on, secure yourself, enable MFA on your uh, MFA on all your personal apps. Yes, as we speak about the MFA, make sure even for your basic apps, make sure you enable MFA. I'm pretty sure if you're aware, Instagram, yes, we've got MFA enabled, and WhatsApp MFA enabled. I definitely use the passcodes while I'm trying to access passwords. And yeah, create mini project like create users and assign roles in your cloud lab and get certified. Study for and pass for your first basic exam. As I said, IC Square is offering the free certification, and ISACA is offering the major student oriented certifications as well. Go for it. And also, we've got AI foundational certification. Go for it. And yeah, focus and deepen for Q3. Pick your path, decide on a focus area. Example, understand the identity or IAM. So understand the difference between the identity and IAM, because when we talk about identity, it's not just user. We also have non-humans as well. Okay, so we'll have to focus and understand that. Advanced lab, try to understand a specific tool or a script within cyber. I mean, example, yeah, CyberArk or One Identity. Understand how to script, or also you can try the Windows PowerShell as well. You've got multiple channels to help you understand with that. And yeah, attending these webinars and local meetups to listen what's going on within the market and understand the current technology, emerging technologies, products, and tools. Yes, that will help you focus and deepen. And show your work. Share your work, lab learnings on LinkedIn, write a log, create videos, and yeah, add your new skills, lab projects, and certs, and reach out to three professional for advice at the end of the year, which will help you reach and help you focus. I mean, help you gain more knowledge on the cybersecurity specific to any domain knowledge, be it the GRC or IM or SOC. Yeah, you can connect, understand, and implement within your professional, or create uh, the CV and get more evolved into the technologies under cybersecurity umbrella. So yeah, success habits: 3 to 5 hours weekly study, which will help you achieve this goal, and hands-on over theory. I'll tell you an example on hands-on over theory. Okay, I was a backbencher, and well, I was in graduate. I had zero knowledge on my IT. Okay, and yeah, I've cleared more than like 11 backlogs in my third semester. Trust me, yes, I was a backbencher and I've got backlogs. And considering my 15 years of journey, when I look back, I feel proud of myself, because I haven't learned as a theory. It's all with my hands-on practice. So make sure you get the lab created, and create the real-time scenarios to get the hands-on. So you need to understand what are we doing, why are we doing, how are we doing, right? And yeah, once you've done that, you will get the hands-on experience where you will be able to help the others or understand why did you do that, how did you do that, and what you have to do to achieve this. Okay, and yeah, celebrate small wins. Even though you're creating a user on a lab, share it, celebrate it. When you achieve, if you're completing a LinkedIn learning on a YouTube which is not visible, yeah, you can just share that, because that shows your enthusiasm, and that shows how connected and committed you are. Okay, so that's how it will help you achieve your goals. Okay, right. And moving on to the next slide. Yeah, essentials of IAM, the key four pillars. Yeah, the basics. Understand what is an authentication. Who are you? As I was sharing few example, proving your identity, showing an ID card, using the MFA, your OTPs and stuff, and authorization. What can you do? Like, yeah, key card. When you go to a college, you'll have to swipe the key card, right? And which is specific to opens to specific doors. And yeah, SSO. It's like, yeah, I don't want to use any passwords for my personal applications as well, right? I use Google strong passwords recommendations. I access with them, so I'll have to make sure I protect my personal data, the Google account, so that I'm not compromising my rest of the personal accounts. So this is SSO works the same. So you can just log in once to all your applications like email, HR apps, or your business app as well. Okay, understand the basics of how it works. Why do we have to implement the authentication? What is the authorization? Why is the authorization? How is the how it is authorized? And the single sign-on, yeah, implement that or help you, which will help you understand with the authentication model as well. Okay, and yeah, number two, managing user access. The governance is in place. GML, you'll have to create accounts when hired and instantly disable when they are fired. And access reviews, housekeeping, right? How many of you are aware how the access reviews have been um, going ahead? So it was manual from automation. It was, I mean, a challenging part because I'll have to go through mm, thousands of line items to review one of the application access, which has got thousands of users with thousands of access roles, permissions. Okay, that's been gone. So yeah, we'll have to go back to the access checks for managers. Like, yes, as I said, does Bob still need the access because he hadn't accessed the application from like more than a year, but they are still in the system. Governance, yeah. Why the governance is important here? Because yeah, the right access for the right reason for the right time. You cannot give the access to a CEO, or CEO with analyst role, right? So the rules ensuring interns don't accidentally get CEO level access. Why do you have to give a admin access to an analyst? So you'll have to make sure the governance is in place. And protecting admins, the PAM is in place. Yes, you'll have to understand how the PAM world works, and it's always a zero trust if it is the standard or PAM access as well. So start from that. Zero standing access, admins only get power for limited hours to specific use cases. Vaulting the secrets, yep, you'll have to make sure the human or non-human identities or keys or passwords are being rotated automatically, and the hidden keys are stored in a specific tools. And yeah, that's been monitored as well. Secure recording, whatever you're doing, you'll have to make sure you've got evidence that yeah, I have accessed the privileged server, privilege access with the privilege account, uh, with the privilege, I mean, the server being accessed with the privilege access only. Okay, so that's been monitored as well. Example, CyberArk records all the sessions which you're trying to access. So yeah, CCTV is an example for all the servers video recording. Whenever you enter a server room, the CCTV is the evidence. So you'll have to make sure that's been protected as well. And smart security access, conditional access, log in from new country. That's it. You'll get a trigger, and you'll have to prove yourself with the MFA. And passwordless, as I said, yes, I've been evolving to the technology where password resets is now getting into passwordless because better experience. I'm surprised to see the graph has been really going high when we when we are implementing the SSO or MFA, because yeah, users don't have to save their passwords in their brain or memory or their notepad anymore. But yes, one click, yeah, they're able to access multiple applications. So that's a great growth for the better user experience. And also, yeah, using face IDs, that's another implementation which we are going or evolving into. Fingerprint, yeah, one click, yeah, you're able to access your Apple MacBook. And FIDO, two keys instead of passwords, yes, that's getting implemented. Not yet, but yeah, most of few companies are implementing. Probably, I think Google have implemented the passwordless experience for the users already. Not as users, but for employees, yes, they've already implemented password less authentication. And identity defense, yes, intruder alarms detecting when hackers are trying to guess user passwords. So after trying like multiple times to access a system, critical system or the data, yeah, we'll get the triggers that yes, this system has been accessed these many times. Okay. Right. Next one. Yeah. How I am built resiliency. From manual chaotic tasks to smart automated security. I'm coming from manual to automated security now. Why we do it? Outcomes limit the blast radius. Yes. Instant kill switch. We've talked about the levers and always audit ready. Yeah. I work on the governance model where I'll prepare everything in the initial stages to um, to prove or to create the evidence for um, who access the data or the application, for what reason, when, and why. Okay. So initially, when we sort the things for any identity, the end reason for the user or for the audit, it's all been sorted for you. So scaling up, yeah, best practice, you've got one identity, same login for AWS, Azure, and Google, and code, not clicks. Script create users, not manual work. And secure bots manage app secrets like user passwords. And the matrix, yeah, it's just a real-time scenarios which you can assume. I mean, it's a real-time fact check, which I have to say, 99% of MFA adoption has been placed, and rework speed is less than 24 hours. Yeah, when we have a lever, the access been removed within 24 hours, which was not a case 10 years ago. And zero permanent admins. Yes, it's always the just in time, and 100% reviews done when we consider the resiliency. Okay. Yeah, things to avoid: copy paste access. Don't just clone existing users. Definitely not. MFA fatigue. Too many prompts make user ignore security. Yes, I was there. I was tired of using too many prompts or too many passwords. Zombie accounts. Forgetting to remove access for levers, not a good thing these days. And hidden keys, unmanaged API keys in code, definitely not a great thing. So these are the levels which I've created, and I think you can understand how the level 1 to level 3 and the level 4. The target systems are resiliency and audit ready, and the skill switch and creating a blast radius for everything. So as we speak about the hackers, they can only, I mean, if they hack Krishna's account, that's fine, but they cannot access, they cannot hack Wallet's account as well. It's fine to get compromise with Krishna's account. Let's not hack the rest of the user accounts. Okay, that's how we'll have to consider the IAM resiliency. Right. So action plan for 90 days. You can reach out to me, yeah, or Vale for the presentation. I've created a quick action plan for next 90 days for you guys. Okay. Understand the basics we've already covered. Okay. And foundation skills. And your first mini lab, create that. And learning paths, yes, I've used all the examples for you. If you want to take a screenshot or reach out for Wale, I can share the presentation for you and show your work. Make sure you show your work which you've done as a learning or as a business. And yeah, you can't just reveal everything, but yeah, you can just share that. Yeah, we've created this, and we've been a first of this. I've created many governance models for the business, but I don't share how it's done. I'll just share why it's done and not revealing full details. Okay, small wins. Complete the pre-trainings, build one work lab scenario, explain IM basics without jargons, secure your own personal email with MFA. Okay, not just personal email, also your social accounts. Okay, right. We've got wonderful resources to start your cybersecurity journeys, specifically for IM certifications, yes, and frameworks, which will have all, I mean, everything. The dots are connected when we're focusing on IM. Okay, CC certified in cybersecurity by IC Square. Yeah, free for beginners. You can go for it. Yes, that will also have few things on e-access control part. Okay, I am, yeah, cloud certificate. I'm sorry, yeah, ISACA student membership. Go for it. You've got a discounted membership there. Okay, and access to research and frameworks, networking career center where Wale and I met with the ISACA membership or the chapter meeting as well. And you've got this significant discount for exams if you're a student. And cloud certification, you got AWS security specialist. Go for the foundation level and then go for the security specialist, and Azure, the basic foundational SE300 IAM, and cloud, Google Cloud certification, cloud security. Okay, and vendor specific. If I have to talk, yeah, user friendly Okta, CyberArk for PAM. Sorry, Okta. It's the hands-on certified professional you can get, and CyberArk for Defender or PAM focus, and SailPoint Identity Now Engineers. Yeah, we've got multiple products within the market, but these are the examples which I can say. I don't want to reveal more about, but yes, when you want to go for a governance, you've got the SailPoint, and also we've got say Savient stuff and all. Okay, and yeah, global frameworks, we've got ISO 27000, NIST, CIS controls, and GDPR, HIPAA. Okay, and if you're aware of DORA, one of the frameworks that's been introduced this year, starting this year. Every company has been following that, but it was actually introduced to the market in 2023. Now, every financial institute or organization, enterprise company have to follow DORA as a practice and standard to comply the regulatory bodies. Okay, right. And yes, your cyber journey starts today. I think, I'm sorry, we've crossed 3 minutes. So you don't have to be expert overnight. Here, you how you win. So master the basic first. Don't chase advanced hacks yet. Understand how focusing on IAM, understand how identities are created and managed and secured. Okay, and then build your home lab. As I said, theory is not good. I mean, sorry, theory is good, but again, practice is better, hands-on is better. Set up a free tenant within Azure or Intra and create users and which break things safely for you. Okay. Small steps every week, yes. Consistent 12 months plan, which will help you burn out the sprint. And just do one lab or one session, one lesson, one session a week. And share and connect. Yeah, you can connect me on LinkedIn, the name Krishna Koundinya, that's my name. It shows the same. And document your learning journey. Employees definitely will hire you if you have the passion and the curiosity, not just a certification. Okay. Get your content ready. And yeah, without the certification, yes, you'll be able to achieve great jobs and great career. Okay. All right. I hope that the session made you sense with an IM, or specifically a lot talked about cybersecurity, their digital identity. And I'll definitely pause here. I'm sorry if I was very fast, but I really wanted to focus and make sure you understand the IM in little depth and the real-time scenarios and with my experiences as well. Okay. And if you need anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me on LinkedIn. Yeah, we can connect. Okay. Right. Wale, thank you again. Let's open for the Q&A now.
Thank you so much. Very detailed presentation, and I like your formatting. Your presentation is quite is well formatted. Thank you for sharing. I think I can go to the charts. I have two questions. One is very
Yeah.
long, but one is short. So I will start from the shorter one. And again, you can also look at the charts and
Yes.
in case I miss anything. But the second question is around how does or how can organizations balance zero trust model and employee convenience?
So that's a great question. Okay. The organization, it's a must follow. It's not a option anymore. The zero trust is a must these days as part of the regulatory bodies and the compliance governance. Yes. um, the organization have to follow the zero trust, because you cannot trust, I mean, if I have to use an example, you cannot trust an employee when they start their day, right? When we talk about the identities, yes, you cannot trust one user. At the same way, you cannot trust a system. So they have to obey to the compliance. If they are not focusing on the information security model, understanding the confidentiality, availability, and integrity, yeah, you cannot trust the user anymore or the employee anymore, right? We'll have to make sure the balance is being made within the organization and the employees as well. Okay. So the zero trust is everywhere, not just our organization. And the balance is more of within the employees versus the systems. So I make sure I maintain the integrity. I'll be honest with the company, so that yeah, I'm not revealing. Example, within the session, I was not revealing my company where I work, but it's been circulated on LinkedIn as well, where I work and all, right? So that's how you'll have to focus on your um, zero trust model, be it the personal, employee, or the organization structure as well. I hope that answered your question.
Okay. Thank you for the answer. The second one is the first one is a bit of a long one, but
Yeah.
I will read and then you can pick, I think there are about maybe 4 questions in one.
Yes.
But the first one is, do you scan external mails that come into employees' mailboxes? That's the first one.
Yeah.
And do you have access to laptop cameras? If someone is transferred from a function where he has super access to where it is not needed and you are not informed, does IAM applications detect that? Are you building building in AI capabilities into IAM software? And how would you
Enhance user experience.
enhance user access management? It's a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
questions in one.
That's a great one, because everyone will be able to understand how it works. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you scan external mails that come into employees' mailboxes? Yes, as part of the data classification, every external monitor is being monitored. Okay. Even though if it has the sensitive data or non-sensitive data, or if I have to use some language as nonsense information as well, every employee mailbox is being monitored. Not specifically like, yeah, um, when you send some information from your personal email to your professional email, it's been monitored, not been observed, I would say. I can't see your mail, but the system does know that, yeah, an external mailbox, I mean, mail has been received to Krishna from his personal email. That's been monitored by the systems, not as individual. Okay. Yes, the vulnerability systems are scanning everything which has been shared from external to internal. That's why the governance is in place, the risks are identified, the data classification is in place. Number one, I think I've answered your question. Do you have access to the laptop cameras? No, we don't do that. We work on the zero trust, and also we use a person. But we don't have access to the laptop cameras. Okay, we have not uh, that. If I have to say, yeah, we are not that micromanagers, or the AI, yes, capabilities does have, but we are not doing that. It's the zero trust again, right? Of course, if you have the integrity for doing not authorized things, yes, we are okay with that. But laptop cameras, yes, will not have access. But system can does that. We are not implementing that. It's the case by case. If it really requires, when the laptop camera, let's say the session's been recorded, yes, that is been giving us the information, right? But the rest of the cameras, we are not implementing any controls to monitor the laptop cameras, because it's a data privacy breach, I would say. You might have to talk or do anything while you're not working and the camera is still being enabled, right? That's a privacy breach. Yeah. So that doesn't allow, the GDPR will not allow to enable the laptop access, even though if it is permitted. Okay. Number two. And number three is, if someone is transferred from a function where he has a super user to where it not needed and you're not informed, does IAM application detects? Okay. So initially, when a user's been transferred from one function to another function, the approvals are in place. Okay. So you'll have to raise a request through, which will go through IAM. Okay. When we know, yeah, the mover request has been approved, then the action. When the request is approved, the shift will be happening. Okay. They'll only have the access what they need for the next role. The current role access will be removed, or they'll will have a comparison if they still require, even if it is privileged standard, yes, they will only been given as part of their role. Okay. And does IAM application detect that? Yes, we do that, because yeah, we would not initially, the approvals will be in place. IAM does that, because when the app user is accessing beyond their limits, yes, that will be detected and also prevented. Also, we will have we also implemented the preventive and controls, all and corrective controls. When the example, as I shared, local admin is trying to access unauthorized application or install the unauthorized application, the threat detector, or the example CrowdStrike application will detect the anomalies, and the logs will be shared, and the Microsoft Defender will cut down in the access, or it'll block their access not to install, and the system will be identified and the user will be identified. The action will be taken accordingly. Okay. And number four, are you building an AI capability into IAM software, and how would you enhance user access management? Great question. So we're getting into there. Okay. It's not that AI capabilities are already implemented. No, but we are getting into there. First, the automation. Okay. And then the detection, because there are lots of risk involved. We need to implement first the risk capabilities and then AI capabilities, because you need to have a AI to protect an AI. Okay. So when you're trying to manage a user, another AI, I mean, let's say a bot is trying to create a user, another bot has to monitor the how it's creating the user as well. Okay. If it is trying to give access to an unauthorized application, the other AI bot or the AI will detect it and correct it immediately. So that's the evolution which we are working currently. Okay. I hope I have answered all your four questions, Hugo. If you're okay, give me a thumbs up. Right.
We'll wait for feedback. Maybe you can go on to the other questions. I think there are questions
Yes.
coming up in the chat.
Yeah, Chandrasean. Okay, how does AI affect IAM and which aspects? Okay, first, how can we get? Sorry, Samuel. Yeah, I can share the slide with you. And what's your LinkedIn handle? Yeah, the name Krishna Koundinya. I can share my LinkedIn here in the chat as well. You can all connect. And how does AI affect IAM? Which aspects are most affected? I think I've already answered. Most affected is, yeah, the privilege access, which is a game changer. So we'll have to still focus on the AI, not just a standard. So the governance is a challenge, as Wale also know about it. AI cannot detect the governance cannot be implemented with the AI. So it's been already discussed. And within IAM, the governance, as we speak about, yes, we'll have to focus on AI versus AI, not the AI versus human. Okay. And the current phase, which we are talking about, the modernizing AI, IAM, is the traditional versus the modern versus the AI. Okay. So once we get rid of the traditional or the legacy systems, the modernization will take over, and then the AI will take over. Okay, it will not be implemented within like in this year or next year. It'll take some time to get intact for IAM governance, I would say, not just IAM. Okay, but the user identity will be managed by AI, and it will be monitored by AI as well. I hope that answered your question, Chandrasen. Okay, that's my LinkedIn for you guys. Right. And talking about access management, Kayo, yeah. If you identify the risk of giving access to third-party employees who has no obligation to give notice period before resigning, and you present the risk to management, but the management doesn't do anything all in make of cost reduction. Okay. First thing, third-party employees are considered as the vendors, I would say, um, if I'm not wrong, not the contractors. Okay, so they are all considered as privileged access for us. Okay, no vendor access should be left alone. We'll always have to monitor, and we use the privilege access in place, tools in place. Their access only being controlled by probably on. Okay, best source to learn. Okay, sorry. Yeah, the example of have to say CyberArk is in place for few organizations, and all the third-party employees' access been monitored. They can only access the systems within the organization using the CyberArk or Delinea. Okay, and even though they're joining, they're trying to access. It's all temporary access which we enable, and obligation to give notice period. Yes, we know when they are leaving. Okay, even though if they are not giving us the notice, we know when they are leaving. It's the HR which we get the information, and the risk is identified initially. They'll have to give us the notice when they're leaving. Okay, it's not just that they can leave immediately. Like, yeah, we cannot do that. And it's the policies and standards which they have to abide. Okay, we always manage the identities, what they are doing, why they are doing, how they are doing. So any anomalies, any unauthorized behavior, yes, that will be addressed immediately and also acknowledged. As I said, yeah, you can only do what you are allowed to for the right reason, for the right access, with the right permission. So if you are a developer and if you're an analyst and trying to access a developer system, yeah, you are not allowed to do that. So that's been identified initially. The risks are in place, and the classification has been derived. The segregation duties, the rule-based access control is in place. So there's no risk, and it's the behavioral issues again. The insider threat, yes, that cannot be that's always a risk. But the immediate action, as I said, immediate kill switch will help us to avoid any attacks or reduce the risks, I would say. Okay. Best source to learn scripting for Azure Entra. Um, that's a great question, but it's a Microsoft platform which you can follow, and Wale can give you more contacts to help you. because mentorship programs give you that information. And yeah, we've got more channels within YouTube, LinkedIn Learnings, and all the LMS platforms. But I would stick to um, few sources as Wallace suggested in their channels. Okay, I hope
Okay.
I've answered all your questions. I'm sorry we've crossed 20 minutes,
Yeah,
but
I think so. I think you've answered the question. I probably just want to wrap up. There's still questions. Maybe we'll take them if there's time. But
yeah,
let me just thank you so much, Krishna, for honoring our invitation and also for giving us something to work on. And on my LinkedIn, I've actually been speaking about focused learning or focused efforts, and I think you gave us something to focus on, which is a good one. You at least you itemize for anyone who wants to follow any plan for the first quarter, for the first 90 days of 2026. And thank you so much for being detailed. I think I want to also share. Usually I share news, but I'm not very fast at sharing every news. But I think I wrote something on LinkedIn for
yes,
everyone.
congratulations on that.
Yeah, so uh, I I took CISSP in December, so I've been actually been preparing for it. So um, you know, uh, organizing these programs, being present in every event that we had, and we had a lot during the year, and also writing the exam wasn't easy. But I think I have the cybersecurity community to also thank, because they also provided that opportunity for me to prepare and also to come share something good with them. And I just said I should share that I passed CISSP and just waiting to go through their normal process of validation, and then I will be able to display that I have CSSP on my profile. The other thing I want to share before I go is around um, um, the fact that you are not sharing something doesn't mean that you are not growing. And just keep that at the back of your mind. What is important really is learning. I must
Yeah,
say that cybersecurity exams are very expensive, and it can be challenging to be able to afford these things. So don't let that stop you from learning. The most important, even more than the certification, is that you are learning. And I appreciate that Krishna already provided a kind of a framework for you to learn if you are interested in IAM. And you can apply it to any field in cybersecurity to have a detailed plan of what you want to learn in 90 days, and then share what you have learned. So you most important is that you are committed to learning. You focus on a particular topic, learn for 2 weeks, and share what you learn. Share why you did it and what you achieved. Forget about the details of what of or know how how. Just share why and share
yep,
the outcome, and let people know that you are really working your way in the field. Certifications, if you have the money, uh, it's okay. If you don't have the money yet, you can use their framework to prepare, to read.
yep,
CSSP is the materials are all online. There's tons of materials on YouTube that you can actually also learn from, and engage with the community, because we are here also to share thoughts and to provide guidance as you
yes,
make progress. Krishna, your hand is up. I think we
yes,
can wrap up in the
yeah.
next 2 minutes.
Sorry. Yeah, first of all, congratulations for CISP. I'm trying to achieve this from 2 years, but I couldn't do it. Hence I've done the CISM, which was easy, not easy, but he was able to achieve within this, I mean, last year, end of year. So yeah, I think I might have to take some guidance from you to achieve the CISSP probably this year or maybe starting next year. That's a great thing which you've done at the end of the year. And number two, as you rightly said, yeah, 90 days program will be helpful. And one thing, everyone, I always say to everyone who wants to start or learn about any IAM certification, specifically on the products, be it Okta, Microsoft, or Savvy and SailPoint, everyone. Okay, when you understand the foundation level of IAM, the framework from a foundation level to expert level, even though if you're not certified, I'm not certified on any platform or product. I'm just learning about CyberArk. I'm learning about multiple platforms within IAM like Savvy and SailPoint. Yeah, I'll be able to achieve that because yeah, I know why we are doing what we are doing and how we are doing, right? So when you understand these things within IAM, yeah, you'll be able to achieve all these certifications for the product knowledge. Yes, as Wale rightly said, they're expensive, but when you achieve few things on a basic level or a intermediate level, you'll be able to crack them. And now yeah, you'll be able to afford when you get into a job where, oh yeah, I can be able to trust me. When you get into a cyber security job, you get more, I mean, the paid high paid salaries as well. So focusing on to getting to that career, and then you can invest into the certification as well. And the students, as you can achieve few things, use the ISACA board, IC square student discounts to achieve these certifications or the certificates as well. Okay.
Thank you so much. I
and
think, okay, sorry,
and
go on.
sorry, last thing. Okay. um Whoever is on this session and want to start their IM career, I'm going to offer you a free session, 90 minutes or 90 days of free session, until you get broader perspective. I also have a top mid channel where I give the career guidance and free trainings as well. So yeah, I'm offering everyone for a free session. Connect back on LinkedIn. I can give you a link where we can meet as individual as well.
All right, thanks, Krishna, for the opportunity that you have given to people who may be interested in pursuing IAM, and
Yeah.
thank you for sharing with us
Yep.
from your
Thank you for
experience tonight.
giving
Uh,
me this opportunity, wonderful opportunity to share and connect to the people who are looking into their career or are looking for a transformation as well.
all right. So our next edition will be on the today's third, so 2 weeks time. That's on the 17th of January, and I have lined up. February is already occupied, so we've gotten people occupied for February. We're just trying to sort out for the 17th of January, and we have someone already for 31st of January. So it promises to get better, and if you are not in the LinkedIn group, please join, especially if you are starting off cybersecurity. We've got loads of training this year. This particular one, which is the cybersecurity um, um, beginner, is something that would be asking anyone who wants to join subsequent, in addition to you showing that you have done something in cyber, because it's a foundation course that will prepare you to take any other course. Like I said, we already have a program for February, and by getting to the end of February, we will put out there um, application for people who are interested in joining this second course in February. Thanks so much, Krishna, for this evening, and thanks everyone for joining. We will continue our conversation on LinkedIn, and do have a good weekend. And bye for
Thank you
now.
again. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you everyone for joining the wonderful session. Keep following Wale and the cybersecurity mentorship group, which is a definite help for the new bees and also experts.
Thank you.
Right.